And now turning back to our team coverage of Mayor Pugh. We've been covering every angle of the story.
So let's begin with WJZ investigator Mike Helgren. He has the latest on what we can expect during today's news conference. Mike?
Denise, that press release from Steve Silverman, the mayor's lawyer, just said that there would be an important announcement on the 25th floor here today at his office. The mayor is not facing any criminal charges, so we probably won't hear a lot of more detail about any of that. A short time ago, though, WJZ did catch up with the city's solicitor about what would happen in the event the mayor resigned. Would Jack Young need to be formally sworn in? Here's the full exchange.
I think he plans when there is a resignation and he is no longer ex officio. I think he tentatively plans to have a ceremony, but that's not legally required.
You said when there is. Does that mean you have a formal resignation letter?
No, it means that if and when there is a formal resignation, that will be what is required for him to become mayor rather than ex officio mayor.
So the next question is, has a letter of resignation been signed and submitted?
I think Steve is going to make an announcement this afternoon. We're all waiting.
We certainly are, and no one has seen the mayor for more than a month now. Will she show up? We don't know that at this point. Here's a look at how we got to this point. Mayor Catherine Pugh was sworn in as mayor in 2016 after serving in state government, including as the Senate's majority leader. She beat out Sheila Dixon in the Democratic Party primary. Dixon resigned in disgrace a decade ago after stealing gift cards for needy children.
And I'm sad not because of the decision I made, but because I have a great staff.
One of Pugh's most notable moments was walking the streets of West Baltimore urging peace after the riots 4 years ago.
The police were involved in the death of Freddie Gray.
Pugh promised change in an interview with WJZ shortly after taking office.
What will you change?
I want to focus on neighborhoods and communities that have been neglected for a while. When I think about what's going on in Park Heights in terms of redevelopment money that's been put in there as it relates to slots impact funds that we don't really see a measurable difference, you know, I want people to be able to see that change.
To walk, to play, to crawl.
The last time Pugh was seen in public was a bizarre press conference in late March, where she showed off her line of baby clothes while apologizing for the book deals that got her into this mess, calling them a regrettable mistake. Pugh received $800,000 for her Healthy Holly children's books from organizations doing business with the city in no-bid contracts. That included the University of Maryland Medical System, whose CEO resigned last week.
This is very important to me.
As for Baltimore's future, Jack Young, a city council veteran, has seamlessly taken over the mayor's duties and will continue leading Baltimore for now.
I'm quite sure that all of you are aware that the city is moving forward. I'm at the helm and I'm moving the city forward.
Now, those were Mr. Young's comments yesterday. He flew out of town last night. He is right now in Detroit, Michigan for a conference, and we're told he won't be back until Sunday. Also, this morning, the Afro published an article saying that its CEO and publisher had met personally with Mayor Pugh at a prayer vigil at her home last night and Pugh told her that she would resign. Pugh reportedly said that they're trying to take everything from me, and the CEO of the Afro told her they can't take your life. So we're still awaiting that press conference. That's the latest from Charles Street. Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Mike, as we were listening to your interview with Andre Davis, it is rare that he is in a situation where he is unsure of what's going on. So we're clearly in some uncharted water here in terms of the city and what to do next. Would you agree?
I would agree, and we've been in this situation before after Mayor Dixon. Of course, there was a trial in that case. This was much more drawn out, but he's prepared for this. He's an experienced guy. He's been leading the city's law department for some time and has quite the legal resume. He knows what's going on. There are reports that he had actually drafted a resignation letter for the mayor. We have not confirmed that. However, you heard him say not yes or no to that, but that we would be waiting to see what Steve Silverman chairman had to say, and he knows what will happen next. He knows that Jack Young will not have to be formally sworn in, so it should be pretty seamless. And Jack Young, if this resignation does happen, will stay in office until the general election in November of 2020.
Before you leave, Mike, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but with Jack Young in Detroit, also the acting city council president, Sharon Green Middleton, is in Detroit. If there is a resignation letter and it says effective immediately, who runs the city till they get back on Sunday?
I don't know, who would make large decisions here. Technically, Jack Young would be the mayor and would be in charge, so it would be just like, if Mayor Pugh left town, someone else is designated to make decisions, or he can make those decisions remotely. What we do know is that if there is a resignation, Jack Young will immediately take over, and, if there is an emergency, he's just a short distance away and can come back from Detroit. But he will be the mayor automatically if Pugh steps down. And again, we don't know that at this point, although there are reports that she will resign.